Reigning champions Islamabad United started their HBL PSL 10 campaign where they left off last season. The bowlers made light work of the Lahore lineup. That is the perfect delivery.
It is out if he catches it, which he does. Well done.
And the batters cruised home at a canter to win by 8 wickets.
Smashes it down the ground. No need to run for that one. Brilliantly played through the offside. Very, very dismissive.
In contrast, Peshawar Zalmi had a day to forget on match day 2 here in Rawalpindi. They were smashed for 216 by Quetta before being put in a spin by Abrar and Tariq to slump to their biggest defeat in PSL history.
Gone! Famous shows the fielder. Oh, that's gone up in the air and a soft dismissal.
Can the champions continue to dominate, or can Zalmi chalk up their first victory of the HBL PSL Season 10? Beautiful evening here in Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium as we head into match number 5, where it's Shadab Khan's men and they are up against Babar Azam's Peshawar Zalmi. Fans are arriving already. It's the home team versus the home team practically, because you have so much support here for Peshawar Zalmi here in Pindi, and they are up against Islamabad United, so it's going to be a packed house. We can definitely expect that, and wherever you go there's always Babar Azam fans out there. Hello and welcome to Pitchside. It's great to be back once again, and we've got Islamabad United, like I said, the home side, who's looking good. They won their first game and they are up against Peshawar Zalmi. Babar Azam, of course, will be looking for those 2 points on that table. I've got with me Lisa Stalekar and Amir Sohail, who join me on Pitchside. Lisa, great win for Islamabad United. Remember, they're the defending champions, and once again their team is looking really balanced this season as well.
Yeah, I think the first game was all facets of the game. They were actually played really well, so they'll want to continue doing that. The fact that if they win this, they go top of the table, I think that's really important for them.
From a Peshawar Zalmi perspective, they conceded 216 runs. So do you think bowling is a concern for them? Do you think perhaps they could make a few changes or change things around?
I think it was the first game, and it takes a bit of time for a captain to understand the potential of the side. The biggest mistake, in my opinion, was committed by Babar Azam when he didn't bowl Hussain Talat, who really bowled well for 1 over. Then he just changed him for I don't know what reasons.
Absolutely. A quick look at the points table to see where teams stand, because we've had a few games into this HBL PSL. Qalandars at the top, thanks to that handsome win yesterday with the net run rate at 1.437. Islamabad United right behind them. Karachi Kings also registering 2 points with that win that they had the other night against Multan Sultan. So it's looking good on this table right now in terms of how competitive this league has become. All teams are close in terms of competition, and don't forget that it's the top 4 teams that will be qualifying for playoffs. All right, the toss trend that we've seen so far in this HBL PSL has the teams have won the toss and they have elected to bowl first. Rawalpindi definitely seems to be a venue where teams like to have a total in front of them, whereas we've seen that that's not really worked well for Peshawar Zalmi, because they've won more out of the 11 occasions that they played. They've won more 10 times out of the 11 when they have batted first. So food for thought really, because we are now ready with the toss. So it's over to Mr. Bazat Khan, who's out there with the 2 captains.
Right, it's toss time here at Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. It's brought to you by Exchange On. We've got the 2 captains, Islamabad United led by Shadab Khan, Peshawar Zalmi, Babar Azam, and the all-important match referee who will keep us in check. Shadab, you've got the coin. Give it a flip.
Head.
Heads is the call. Heads is the call.
It is tails.
It is tails. Shadab, what will you do and why?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bazibhai, we wanted to bat first on this track because it's 2 games already on this track, and what we're seeing is not traditional Rawalpindi pace, so it's getting a little bit lower and slower, so we wanted to bat first today.
How important is home games for you? Islamabad United obviously playing in Rawalpindi, a side which wins home games, as in their home stadium, normally goes on and does well.
Definitely, because we are playing 5 games, so it's definitely we have to win maximum matches in our home. So that's why we wanted to do, and that's why we build a team like that. So because we have so many games in Rawalpindi, so that's why we build that type of a squad to play here and try to perform on that tracks.
Changes for your side today?
We have 2 technical changes, and Ben Doshas comes in, and Saad Masood comes in front of Shazad.
You said technical, is it data as well?
Definitely, definitely data, because we are a data-driven team, so definitely we do.
Thank you very much and good luck. Power batting first, bowling first. Didn't have a great first game. How do you bounce back from that?
Yes, we have a sit together and just discuss our mistakes, and then we are good to go for today, and we are trying to give us our best.
Bowling was a concern. Have you changed a bit in the bowling unit?
Yes, we have one change. George is in, Maxi is rested.
Absolutely, and for Peshawar as well, it's a little turnaround with one day in between. Is that better, or do you want a bit more gap before a game?
No, I think a small gap is enough because it's back-to-back games. So we have a one day and we have a sit and discuss a few meetings, and we are sitting with the boys, and we are just because everyone knows the conditions, batting first or bowling first, it doesn't matter, but you must execute your plans.
Wherever Babar Azam plays, every eye is on Babar Azam. Even with Peshawar as captain, does that affect you, or do you revel in that?
Nah, no effect for me. I just enjoy myself, and just I give my 100% for if I'm playing every cricket.
Very good, and thank you very much. Good luck for the game.
Thank you.
So the news out here in the center is that Islamabad United have won the toss and they are having a bat.
All right, then Islamabad United have decided to bat first, considering the conditions that we've seen. That was a toss brought to you by Exchange On. Lisa, thoughts on this lineup then?
Yeah, it's interesting. Saad Masood, the leg spinner, the emerging player, comes in, and the Australian from Sydney Sixers, Ben Dorches. So they've decided to bring an extra spinner based on the used pitch, and the fact that they're willing to bat first. I like the attack. So the top order really needs to get going like they did. Give themselves a bit of time and put on a total close to that 200 mark.
Amir, in terms of Peshawar Zalmi, we spoke about how bowling can be a concern. They've tried to strengthen that by adding somebody like George Linda.
I think he's a decent choice. Not only he bats well, in these conditions he's a very decent bowler. You know, he doesn't leak runs, bowls stingily, and he'll lend balance to this side. And let's hope Peshawar Zalmi get their combination right, because we mentioned it in the previous game that they have too many openers and they have to set their batting order, and the roles, they need to be defined.
Definitely, I think the roles of Hussain Talat and Owen are going to be extremely crucial, because they will be looking at that middle order to support that top order that they have. Somebody like Mohammad Haris, the likes of Babar Azam, Saim Ayub at the top, giving them that start. Now, this isn't the first time that these two teams have met. Let's have a look at head-to-head. Well, just looking at how these two teams have fared over the last few years in the HBL PSL, it's pretty even Stevens, because 12 times out of the 24 games Islamabad United have won, and Peshawar has also won 12. But what's more interesting is that the last 10 matches have also been neck to neck, because they've both won 5 games each. That was the head-to-head for you. Well, Shadab Khan has won the toss and he has decided to bat first, which is pretty much against what we've seen traditionally in Pindi, but that's perhaps got to do with the fact that it's a used pitch, and we will be talking more about that. The crowd is building up nicely here. Always a great turnout in Pindi. That's what we all look forward to. Great energy overall as well. Take a short breather and we'll be back just in a bit with the pitch report. back on pitch side then. Islamabad United have won the toss and they have elected to bat first. Why did Shadab Khan make that decision on a ground where teams generally like to bowl first? Let's find out. It's over to the boys who are doing the pitch report. It's Ramiz Raja and Dominic Coke.
It's a jacket-wearable evening here in Rawalpindi. Well, that's the Mugla end. And if you want to hit a six straight through long on or long off, it has to be a very good hit. We're talking about a 71-meter hit. And over the bowler's head, we're talking even further, 74 meters square, 64 meters each side. What about the pitch, though? It looks a beauty, actually. Hardly any blade of grass on it. But we've got the pitch expert here. Dominic, your read.
Well, this is the third time we've used this. In the first couple of games, what we saw, the Kalandars struggled to actually get a total, and then we saw the Gladiators get 216. And when you look down on it, I'm going to try and go down. Sorry about the knees, I'm very old. But literally, you can see the cracks here. And if you're a bowler, you know, think about Jason Holder here with his height, hit those cracks. Because what we've seen this year, Ramiz, and it's something I'd ask you as a batter, it hasn't bounced as much. And when we show you the difference between, obviously, how difficult it's been throughout, that isn't easy to come out and get your rhythm, is it?
Yeah, I mean, you need a little bit of bounce really to hit the ball for a 4 and 6, and we know that T20 cricket batting is about hitting those big shots, so the ball may just keep a little bit low. It may again powder up a little. It looks very, very dry to me once again.
Yeah, and I think that obviously helps us as bowlers, because we're just trying to hit it into the surface. Alzari Joves is over there. He's a big tall Western. He's going to try and hit back of a length. But also we thought, well, I think I don't know about you, I thought it had actually turned a little bit more.
Yes.
It hasn't, has it? From the previous year, you actually thought, well, it's spun more, but it hasn't. So in a way, that helps you as a batter.
Absolutely, yeah, because you can track the spinner and hit him straighter instead of playing with the spin and trying to target a left-arm spinner, for example, over cover. So, I mean, that way spin bowling becomes just a little bit difficult, but you've got to then target the stumps. It has to be wicket to wicket then.
Decent pitch. Let's see who can win this game.
Bat first, I say.
Well, just on those cracks that Dominic Coke was talking about, Amir, I mean, we saw somebody like Jason Holder really hitting those lengths, and he seemed to have got it just right in how to bowl in these conditions.
Well, to be able to hit those cracks, your aim has to be absolutely brilliant. I think what as a bowler you need to do is, you know, keep on radiating the pace, because that will surprise the batsman. Because these pitches here in Rawalpindi, they are so true. You know, even though they lack in bounce, still good enough to bat. And what we saw in the first game, it was played on a similar track, wasn't it? And plenty of runs were scored.
Low bounce is something that they touched upon as well, Lisa. I mean, what role do you think that's going to play in today's game?
Yeah, the variable bounce will certainly help Jason Holder, because you initially, when he bowls it, you want to go back, don't you? Because he's such a tall guy and he bowls into the pitch, but it's not going to necessarily kick up, so it's going to scoot through, which we even saw in some of his dismissals in the first game. So it is a little bit harder. I think you've got to keep, as the guys were saying, keep the stumps in play, because if you can do that variable bounce, there might be a few LBWs or chopped on.
I mean, you spoke about how the middle order of Peshawar Zalmi needs to step up, but they've got a very strong top order. You've got the likes of Babar Azam and Saim Ayub at the top, who historically had some great partnerships in the HBL PSL. Speaking of Saim Ayub, you know, what do you like him? You know, you've been there before, you've been there, done that. You know what it's like to be an opener, but what do you, from an opener's eye, like about him?
See, if I have to describe him now in one line, you know, initially he was playing for the gallery, now he's playing for the team.
That's a pretty nice way to sum it up then, Lisa, isn't it? That you're now playing for the team.
Yeah, and I think that's probably just shows his development and how he's matured. When you first come in and you've got the type of guy that's got shots 360 degrees, and the crowd roars and everyone gets behind you and sponsors come, you can't help but get caught up with it. But at the end of the day, you're only as important as the team being successful. So understanding what your role is there and how you can contribute in a positive way.
Is he a player for all formats for Pakistan?
Definitely. Definitely. If somebody can bat well in test matches, they can do well in T20 format. That's my belief.
All right. Islamabad United, what kind of totals are we looking at then? What do you think they're going to be comfortable with? Because they have opted to bat first. And we've seen that, generally Pindi is a decent wicket to bat.
Yeah, we know the average is about 187 when you bat first, but given that it's a tired wicket, maybe that 180 mark, and if they can get up to that 190, that would be an absolute bonus. But given that both teams have brought an extra spinner in, I expect it to be a little bit hard going at times.
Well, it's time to put our experts on the spot really and find out who they think is going to win today. It's time for the expert predictions. All right, Lisa, I don't know how your prediction game has been going so far. Is it been decent? Have you been winning at all?
Well, I didn't realise there was a competition, otherwise I would have tried a little bit harder.
There's always a competition, an unsaid competition.
Well, I actually think because Islamabad United have won the toss and elected to bat, I think they've got themselves in a perfect position, so I'm going with them.
Islamabad United?
I'm going to go with Zalmi.
With Zalmi. There you go. There you heard it from our experts. Lisa is going with Islamabad United and Amir Suhail is going with Peshawar Zalmi. That was the expert predictions for you. All right, thank you so much for your thoughts. We're nearly there, just moments away from all the live action. Remember, Islamabad United are batting first. A couple of changes have been made to their sides as well. A nice crowd is building up here. The atmosphere is always electric when it comes to Rawalpindi. They never disappoint. That's what we love about the HBL PSL 10. We'll take a short break, and when we do come back, we'll be here with all the live action. So don't go anywhere.